Who else could talk about the Tampa Bay Juniors of Pool A in the Elite than Lucas Jones? But before I let him talk about his boys, his squad, I introduced their season 28-13, 2-1, 59 points on the year. But it doesn't really talk about their first half. This is a team that came out of the gates with 14 consecutive victories before dropping one to the Florida Eels. And it's a 500 squad since that point in time. This is a team that made up the entire starting lineup for Team Florida in the Florida v. New England All-Star game, and a team that, to get here, dispatched an Atlanta Mad Hatters team in a 2-game sweep. They seem to be back on the rise, back in the right direction. But Lucas, what do you have to say about your boys from Tampa?
Well, one of the things about the Tampa Bay Juniors in the Elite, Dan, and it's certainly no secret, is they had a little bit of a struggle at the end of the season. They struggled in their last 10 games, going with that 500 number in the last 10 games of the regular season. But man, do they look good in the playoffs so far. This team has always had the depth. Ryan Bahula, Adam Custerble, Jack Fleer. These are skaters that have combined, Dan, for 170 regular season points between the three of them. And if that number doesn't put the fear of this Tampa Bay Juniors team in you, you have to look no farther than fifth on their overall scoring to Philip Kuba, a defenseman. And he leads a defensive contingent of this team that likes to get physical. They like to really fight for the puck at the corner board, but they also have to put points up. Kuba has 29 points in the season, 10 goals and 19 assists. This is a team that succeeds in every facet of the game. They started off the season well. They struggled towards the end. And Dan, now that they've sort of looked to be back on track, I think this is a very dangerous team come Nationals.
And the thing that I think is, silly enough, really scary about them is their head coach, Garrett Stroh. He's easygoing, he's level-headed, and he keeps the boys loose throughout tournament atmospheres, whether it's at a showcase where they play 5 games in 4 days, or it's in Nationals down in Chesapeake, Virginia. This is a guy that's going to keep his guys level-headed, even keel, and in the group of death, as we're calling it, Pool A, against the Generals, against these sides, he's going to have to do a lot of that even-headedness, cooling the jets of his Tampa Bay Juniors.
If the Juniors can stay out of the penalty box, they are going to give themselves an advantage. When you play in the group of death, it is high intensity, it is high flying, and you need to keep that cool. The Tampa Bay Juniors are going to need that cool against teams like the Jersey Hitmen, the Northern Cyclones, and the Richmond Generals. Impressive teams in their own right, but will the Tampa Bay Juniors be able to repeat some postseason magic this year?